Remember, you can watch right now our 2026 Storm Ready special, where we take a look at what is new, improved this hurricane season. That is streaming right now, right here on our free 10 Tampa Bay News app. And you know who else is featured in that special? There he is right there.
No, who?
See, we opened up the screen just in time for you, Bobby Deskins. What's up?
Good afternoon, everybody. Frank, we are watching the tropics in the Western Gulf. 10% chance of development, but if you notice, the Hurricane Center has actually shaded this area all the way up now along the Western Gulf, and that's where this blob here is going. And I gotta say, it actually looks fairly healthy first thing this morning. This is remnant moisture from Tropical Storm Christina. It was an East Pacific storm. Came across Central America, but that's a lot of convection out over warm water. So it certainly has to be watched. If you look at it now, it's tough to see any kind of rotation underneath of it. But for it to be boiling up during the middle of the day says one thing, because a lot of times at night, the tropics tend to flare up. So we'll see what happens this afternoon. This may come down a little bit, and we'll see if it flares up overnight tonight. The big deal is this area here is really the only area where we don't have that much wind shear where it can try and develop. And it's running out of time. This is today at noon, but watch by the time we get towards tomorrow at 9 in the morning. That's a closed low right there. You see that circle, that white line? You need that. You need clouds and storms over the center, and you need this wind rotating around the center underneath of it. If we had all three of those, that could be a tropical depression late tonight or tomorrow. I really think that's not that far-fetched, right? But does it have enough time to get strong before it goes into Mexico Saturday night into Sunday afternoon? This is around 5 o'clock. It's already kind of onshore. I don't think so. Plus, there's a bunch of wind shear right here, which I actually think will help vent the storm a little bit. But we'll have to watch it. I think it's a big rainmaker as we get into Saturday night, Sunday, Monday. And then at the same time, there's actually a front coming through. So the front brings its own moisture and kind of focuses moisture along it. You can see where it is. But then there's tropical moisture feeding into it. So you get the double squeeze of moisture here. And as a result, they're going to get a ton of rain. This is between now and Monday. But watch this area, southeast Texas, and watch that I-10 corridor through next Friday, a week from today. Some of these spots are almost 7, 8 inches of rainfall. So there's going to be a lot of tropical moisture in that area. That's probably what most of this is going to be. But if you have our app and you get some alert that there's a depression that forms in the Gulf this weekend, don't be worried. It's not a Florida storm. We may get some of that rain by Wednesday of next week, but that would be it. Talking about rain, let's take you up in the Citrus and Hernando. We got some storms here drifting slowly inland across southeastern Citrus County. You get into Pinellas. This is not all rain, but I will watch for a pop-up shower along this line. And then this one just north of Tampa Road. Then you get down into western Manatee. We actually did have a couple of showers here in western Manatee, mainly Bayshore Gardens area. We'll still watch Sarasota down the Bee Ridge, down to Venice. We could get a couple showers between now and about 2 o'clock. That would be the best chance. And then you can see what's happening up north. See how everything's already moving inland? That is the trend through the weekend, through next week. So any rain you're going to get in the Tampa Bay area is going to be before about 3 o'clock. After that, everything's inland. And most of the coastal sections, including Tampa, St. Pete, Sarasota, Newport Richey, we're all basically dry once we get past 3 o'clock. And if you look at Sunday and Monday and Tuesday, look at these rain chances. 30% tomorrow. It's all inland, right? So we're talking 20% for Tampa on Sunday. Monday, maybe 30%. But look at all these holes. Look where all the rain is. It's over here. It's over here. Wednesday, that is that moisture, I think, from that front and that tropical moisture coming through. So we'll update that forecast when we get there. Now, it is going to be warm and it's going to be muggy. Beautiful out there right now, but it's 87 degrees. The wind's going to be coming in out of the west-southwest off the water. The water's 86. That means dew points are high. That means we're going to feel like the upper 90s to a couple spots, about 100 to about 103 degrees for feels-like temperatures. And then look at these overnight lows. Generally right around 80 degrees to wake up in the Tampa area each morning all the way through next week.